Let me get now. You know, we're the only show, and you can tell with an in-house psychotherapist. Jill Payne is a member of the American Academy of Psychotherapy. She's an author, friend. We met her maybe 2 years now through our friends at Houston Baptist University. I see.
Over 2 years.
Over 2 years. Well, nothing like stepping on the intro. Welcome, Jill Payne. How are you, sweetheart?
I missed you as always.
I know we didn't see you last week, and it was the ice storm the week before, right?
Or the week after.
Or something like that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's week.
Yeah.
No, I was in D.C. for the State of the Union last week.
Oh, that's right.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, great pictures, by the way. Great pictures.
Thank you.
And then I just had a doctor's appointment the other day, and my doctor just loves you. He thinks you're the best. What is the radio personality that he's ever heard?
Well, that means.
But I won't say his name because I don't know.
No. That means you need to switch doctors immediately. He has absolutely no taste in entertainment. What is it?
And then also, I'm going to be on Newsfix this week, but don't ask me when.
Okay.
Okay, you got me. I won't ask. What are you talking about on Newsfix, which is channel 39, 27, 82,
Oh, you know,
95?
someone came up with some study saying that the taller the man is and the shorter the woman is, the longer they stay married.
All right, one more time, because I want to get to the politics, but the taller a man
so
is.
If you have two people together, the more that the husband is taller than the wife, the longer they're going to stay married.
Wow.
It's
What?
never come up in I've been doing this 20 years, and no couple has ever said, I am divorcing my husband because he is too short.
Or we're the same height. We're the same height.
Or the same height. There you go. It's never happened.
That is
Never.
I don't know many couples of a huge height differential, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's hot. Like Princess is 5'7", and when she wears heels, she's easily like 6'9", and I think it's hot. I think it's hot. There's a tuxedo picture of us, a gown. We went to some black tie event. I think it's in the bedroom, and she's taller in her ball gown, right? And I'm a dumpy schlub of a guy. I think it's hot. A lot of men don't like that if their wives put on heels and they're taller.
I don't know. Who's that guy? Oh, gosh. Stephanopoulos.
Oh, George Stephanopoulos. He's a dwarf.
Yeah. Well, but his wife, he comes up to her chest.
Okay,
Sometimes I guess that's good because then he can go ahead and rest on her chest.
There's a lot of punchlines about not hearing the phone ring. But here's the deal.
Okay.
They had to put 5 phone books under a seat at Good Morning America to make him look even with Michael Strahan. So he is a hand puppet.
He's cute. He's cute.
You're so generous. You're so generous. If George Stephanopoulos is cute. Anyway, here's the deal. I want to get to the break, and then I want to talk about this. There's incredible news that came out with the Devin Nunes memo on Friday. There's more damaging material that says the White House and Obama, and they were all in on this. There was text messages from FBI agents that came out this morning. Obama wanted to know everything that was going on with the investigation into the classified documents that ended up on a public, regular computer that belonged to that pervert, Anthony Weiner. Yet CBS News won't print it. And we went to the website on Live on the TV, and we showed people that there's no headlines. I want to talk about denial. Like, it truly is, like, right there. And the denial of, I don't see anything. And if we don't print it, it can't be real. We'll talk about that next, okay? We're going to go to the commercial break. We'll talk more with our in-house psychotherapist, Jill Payne, via Skype, AM 1070 The Answer.
Coping mechanisms, and denial is one. Now, you can deny it unconsciously or consciously, and it's usually a painful event or a painful thought. And so what people will do, and I think I've talked to you about this before, people that have had an affair, they actually, at first, they may know that they had the affair, and then they say, no, I didn't have the affair. They say it so much, then they start believing their own lies. So what's happening?
And how do you explain that bra in your briefcase? Well, honey, I didn't have an affair.
I am serious. It's a wonderful, our brain is wonderful because we do all these things to divert pain. For instance, people drink or they go home and eat food if they had a bad day. We do not like pain. So what's happening with the media and the Democrats, and remember I told you, I said they're still going through that adjustment period. I don't know if they're ever going to get over it. And you or me as a psychotherapist, I can't diagnose them. It's obvious they're going through some painful, okay. So we're human, this is what we do, and so literally they are avoiding it. So they're denying it. It could be unconscious. Most likely it is conscious. I don't know, but it really could be unconscious. They're just doing this because it's so painful. They don't want to know about it.
Well, here's the deal. All right, Jill Payne joined us via Skype. Today is February 7th. I looked down at my calendar on the computer.
Yes.
The election, I think, wrapped up November 8th, 2016. Right. This is 2018. Right. Dude, it was an election. It wasn't like when you see these veterans who are suffering from PTSD, and I get it. I totally understand and totally embrace and try to wrap my arms around the pain they're going through. But this was an election that you lost. Cheese and crackers. Get over it.
It was how you lost. Everything is perception. Life is perception. So they were, quote, blindsided, Sam. So they're still in that. I mean, they literally, when I say blindsided, it was as though you took your hand and you slapped all of them. You went through the whole Democratic Party and just slapped them. And even some of the Republicans, it's taken them a long time for them to unite. So that's what's going on there. And I do think it is funny because also there was a big article, FBI bias. Well, I've told you before, we're all biased. It's just how do you cope with your biases?
Yeah, we are. Jill Payne joining us, our in-house psychotherapist. I'm biased, but I tell you. I say, look, I tell you, this is what I believe in.
Exactly.
And yes, I do have a bias. I do stand up for life.
Upfront.
I do stand up for marriage, which Hollywood refuses to do. I do stand up for religious freedom, First Amendment. I stand up for Israel. I stand up for Second Amendment. You know, but I tell you, I don't hide it like they're doing in the hashtag corrupt media, pretending to be a news source.
So, as I said before, they could be blind bias where they don't really think that they're biased, which is worse than knowing that you're biased. If you know you're biased, at least you increase your awareness. You may hang around different people. You will look and see where is your information coming from. Is it objective? Are they factual? And so forth. If you're blind bias, you're gonna, Sam Malone, he's biased. Me, no, I'm not biased. Right?
Yeah, but bias normally is used as a negative word, but it's a true description of somebody.
And it isn't really, I know people think it's negative. It's just like consequence. When I say there's a consequence to every behavior, people go, oh, that's going to be negative. Not necessarily. A consequence is just a reaction to an action. Okay, the same with bias. Bias is not negative. It can go both positive. I can positively be biased towards spaghetti. I just think spaghetti's hot.
Or the Dallas Cowboys. You're like, you love the Cowboys, and you hate the other teams in the NFC East, the Giants, the Eagles, Redskins, whatever, and you have a bias, and that's fine.
Right.
But
so there you go.
But just tell people, like if you're a writer, a sports writer, tell people I'm a huge fan of the Cowboys.
Right.
Or, and that's why I don't like Eli Manning or something when he was quarterback in the Giants or something like that. Nothing personal. It's amazing. You know what? You psychotherapists must be like just ringing the register nonstop with these pansy arse, little weak, humiliated, emasculated men and snowflake broads who are like still crying over the election.
Well, the thing is, I get CNN on my phone, so I get.
Sorry to hear that. You get a better phone.
I like to get CNN. I don't know. My mom says, Joe, why do you like? I just like CNN. So anyway, I'm a therapist. What can I say? So anyway, so they had on their title, it was Trump is going to close down the government, and then he's all for it, and then also he's having this big parade. And so Trump, I keep saying, I mean, you either hate him or you love him. Either way, if you are a psychotherapist, you've got to appreciate his intellect on psychology, because what he is doing is called reactance. And it's the same thing or similar to reverse psychology. And so what you do is you take away the people's choices. I do it in my therapy all the time. And so they'll do the opposite of what you say. And they usually do it unconsciously. So if someone comes to my office, Sam, Jill, I just eat all the time. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's uncontrollable. You know what I say to them? The first week they come in, I say, you know what, John, I'll just say, you know, John, that's fine. This week, I want you to eat as much as you can. Okay? Promise me you're gonna eat as much as you can, and then let's talk about it next week. They'll come back and they'll go, Jill, I don't know what happened, but I wasn't as hungry. That's the same type of thing that's happening. Isn't that interesting? It is interesting, and it works.
You must have to buy have to buy new sofas with all these heavy patients of yours.
Well, it could be. It could be they have a mood disorder. And
hello, rooms to go? Yeah, we're going to need another sofa for therapy. I'm just joking. I'm joking. People are like, oh, you're so insensitive. You're just so. No, I'm just joking. But yes, I'm still insensitive. Our good friend, Jill Payne. I'm just insensitive. She's our in-house psychotherapist, member of the American Academy of Psychotherapy. How do I know that? Because the sign behind her head says that. And that's what I know I'm reading it. Always good to have you on. Sorry we missed a couple of weeks there. Great to have you back on our show. Let us know when you're on TV on the news and we can talk about that, okay?
I will. You're the best, Sam.
You're the best. Have a blessed...
Just like my doctor said. Doctors know, right?
I hope so. Tell your doctor thank you for being a fan and listening to our show. I appreciate it.
I already thanked him.
That's very nice.